just run right now, and all of this would be over. Nope, not him. Not him. Still not him. God. I hope he doesn't turn out to be an axe murderer. Why did I agree to this? I could just run. I should run. I suck at dating. Oh, is that him?
Hey, how are you?
Dating, for the purposes of this project, refers to the act of spending meaningful time with another person in a romantic way. Where do I even start? What is modern dating culture? How do people meet? What are the expectations? How does technology fit into all this? And is it even possible to find a fulfilling relationship nowadays? There are millions of resources for people like me who don't know what dating culture is. Books, magazines, blogs, chapters, TV shows, movies, comedians, YouTube tutorials. The possibilities are endless. But is this really what dating is all about? Alright, so I'm going to set up an online questionnaire to ask people about what they believe dating culture is, about relationships, characteristics that make a fulfilling relationship, about being single, where to meet people, dating apps, more on dating apps. How would you understand modern dating culture, giving people the option to answer a long-form question, and advice? Especially curious to know what the advice is. But I won't just be reading what people say. I'll also be interviewing them. How do you understand dating culture today?
I feel like it's an expectation for us to have somebody, and I feel like it's always been that way, but nowadays it's almost an expectation to be casual and fun, less than traditional. Like you say, it's a dating culture, it's not a relationship culture or a get married culture.
I think that also like modern dating culture, I think one of the things that's included in there is the way we use like texting and like the way we use like Facebook and social media platforms, like the importance of like making your status like official, and then like also there's this thing where it's like you know you're dating when you're starting to tag each other in memes and you know it's a serious relationship when.
There's a lot of like online stuff. It's more of like trying to find, like you said, like different people and like finding the perfect match and not necessarily just someone that like.
Or it's the total opposite. Well, you just want to have fun.
Yeah.
And nobody's really looking for anything in specific.
The way like I see dating culture now is you can kind of figure out what you're looking for and then try and find something that matches it. There's not like one kind of partner out there. There's several, and you're trying to match that to what you're looking for. So whether that's like a more casual relationship or like a more long-term one.
It's not at all how it used to be. I mean, when my parents were dating, it was you picked up the phone and you called their family house, and my father had to talk to my grandfather and, you know, ask my mom by voice if they could meet somewhere. And now today, I mean, you can meet somebody on Facebook, you can meet them through an app, Instagram, you can just text them and virtually have a conversation with them before you actually even meet them.
Have you ever used any dating apps?
I've tried Tinder. That's the only one I've tried. Like I said, it was a lot of fun. That's what it was. Super non-serious. So with my friends, when we're just hanging out on the couch, we'll get out Tinder and we'll swipe guys together and make fun and start conversations, and not necessarily fun of people, but try to make funny comebacks.
Yeah.
And there's that extra pressure to be funny as well, which is not necessarily a forte for me.
The first time I used it was in first year, and I saw it as like my friends and I did a competition to see how many matches we could get, and it was like a race. And then in second and then in third year, I used it like more seriously to like start to actually, okay, well, let's see if I can actually date people through this app.
Okay, I feel because there's so many people on dating apps and you have so many choices that you can be picky, and that people are less open-minded to differences, and they're like really looking for the perfect one. And because it's so easy to swipe and swipe and swipe.
Yeah, and they're like losing track of like what's important.
I think online people can be more open. It's like having a false armor. They can say what they want because they're hiding behind a screen basically, and they don't feel the repercussions of maybe offending somebody or saying something that's a little more forward than you would say to somebody in person.
What's with the ghosting thing? And with like texting rules, like why are people they're afraid to double text because they're gonna be too clingy. But sometimes you need to complete a thought or make your communication clearer, or it's not all productive communication because you don't have the face-to-face interactions.
For one, I think as a woman, it's a lot harder to find real people on Tinder who don't want to just like comment on your body and like your appearance, and I think it's really difficult to also find real connections with people.
And also online, you know, it's really hard to read emotion. You never know what somebody's actually meaning and what they're saying to you. They could be rude, they could be nice, and you have no idea what they're trying to say to you without them telling you specifically that's what they mean. So I think it's a lot harder to talk to somebody online because you don't ever know what's going through their minds.
So I've learned a couple of things over the course of this research project. First, cafes are incredibly noisy places. Second, guys don't want to talk about dating. I was disappointed by the lack of male interest, but it means that either guys don't want to talk about dating culture, or if they do, they don't want to talk to women about it. Third, dating isn't one-dimensional or two-dimensional. It's actually three-dimensional. Imagine this shape representing a three-axis spectrum. First, this horizontal line represents relationship status, from single to in a relationship. Then, this vertical line symbolizes time, from casual short-term to long-term. And finally, depth representing human connection, loneliness, love, and happiness. Dating in relationships exists in this 3D space. Two people can meet and have no spark, but date and consider themselves in a relationship. Or two people can be in a loving, passionate, committed marriage. Someone can be single for a long time and unhappy, or they can be single and content with casual one-night stands. It's not definitive either. A person or a couple can move in this 3D space as they grow and experience new things, from left to right, up or down, and backwards or forwards. If you think about dating in this infinite three-dimensional space, you can also understand how dating culture grows and evolves. 20 years ago, dating culture may have been contained to a much smaller space, but as social norms, technology, and gender understanding grows, so does the dating spectrum. Thinking of dating culture in this way consolidates everyone's experiences into the same conceptual framework without excluding anyone, but also giving a space for people to be different. Regardless of age, gender, sexual orientation, ethnicity, or religion, I think everyone can find a place for themselves in this 3D dating spectrum.
Well, thank you very much for agreeing to go on the fake date.
No problem. It was fun.